See live pictures there. That's about 23 miles off the coast of North Carolina. You see that flag whipping in the wind. You hear those winds and you see the waves. We continue to track Hurricane Florence as it closes in now on the Carolina coast. Although officials say the storm is now down to a Category 2, they still warn of potentially catastrophic storm surge, wind and rainfall. For an idea of what to expect from this storm, we're joined now by Brett Adair. He's a field meteorologist who has spent years chasing extreme weather, has extensive experience covering hurricanes and tropical storms. So, Brett, this is where you start to put the projections to the test. I can see the conditions where you are. Last night you're looking at models, you're looking at predictions. Based on your experience, now that you're beginning to feel Florence, what do you expect?
Well, John, Florence is now about 115 miles to the east-southeast of our location. We are here in between Surf City and North Topsail Beach. We're at the Onslow County Beach Access number 2. And it looks like Florence is beginning to slow up just a little bit based on what I'm seeing on radar. And we really expect the same thing. Even though you're seeing a slight weakening of the winds, you're seeing those winds expand. It's gotten really gusty here, taking gust over tropical storm force on the Outer Banks. And we expect that to continue. We've also seen some storm surge issues as well on Island Drive this afternoon. And we expect that to get worse as we go into the evening.
And so, Brett, officials are warning could be up to 13 feet of storm surge in some parts, including about where you are right now. Take us through what that means in the low-lying areas like that.
Really what that means, John, is where I'm standing right now will be underwater later. We're going to get out of here soon after we do this shot because the weather's definitely going to get worse, and that's the problem. The water, the wind, the rain, the inland flooding, they're all huge threats with this system, and you really can't run from the water. So if this system continues to move toward the coastline and it slows down even more, on top of that extreme storm surge potential, those flooding rains are going to create big problems from the coastline well inland.
And you hear some historical comparisons to 50 years ago. You hear some people comparing this to last year in Harvey because of the water. What's your take?
Well, we were in Harvey last year in Texas, and the storm surge element really wasn't as big of a deal in Harvey as the inland flooding and the extreme wind damage that took place near Rockport. So this could be all of the above. Even though the winds are a little bit weaker, you could deal with a longer period of hurricane force winds because the swath is so wide and this storm is so large. That is a big difference as well. You could fit 2 or 3 of Hurricane Harvey inside the size of Florence as it stands now.
Brett. Okay, Brett, appreciate it. Please stay safe. Thanks for joining us here today. Our coverage continues right now with Anderson Cooper and Chris Cuomo.